Look, man.
Where?
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Oh, my. Bowen, look over there.
Wow, is that
culture? Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Las Culturistas.
Ding dong, Las Culturistas calling. Couple things to just call out right away. My girl is still going through it.
I will not let it affect my job.
No, and I never thought you would, and that is a testament to your professionalism, your talent. There's a lot of that in the room today, and we'll get to it.
There's a lot of that in the room.
Oh.
I wanted to dress in my Gina Gershon drag today.
You kind of did.
But I think I look like Wong Kar-wai or John Woo. I look like my life looking like my life a John Woo movie. No, my life a Wong Kar-wai movie because it's green. These glasses is green.
And you said you look like a Chinese director, and I said
director.
maybe you will be one day. Maybe you're dressing for
I couldn't
what
do
you want to
it.
be in the. You could direct the way you order me around.
I
What no one
when
knows
do
at
I order
home is
you-
I'm constantly bound. I'm in a bound situation.
bound
with my
and we
co-host.
face off.
After a cocktail.
I never direct you.
You kind of don't, but you do subtly. You do in ways that would be very alluring as an actor on a set. I'm just saying the way you sort of,
What's your directorial style be?
very direct, loud, kind of like you there, you here.
No, here.
No, I like to direct.
Let me hear you. Let me hear your best. Let's go again.
Let's go again.
That's really good.
Well,
Yep.
let's go again.
Yeah. That's
How
good.
about that?
That's really good.
Kind of remain encouraging.
Can I try?
Go ahead.
Let's go again.
Really good.
No, Gina doesn't like it.
No, that was a little bit. It was a little dismissive of everyone's
Okay,
work.
hold on. I need some runway into it. Okay, cut. That was great. Let's go again. And
You
this
seem
time,
bored.
No,
you seem bored
I'm,
to me.
I'm processing the no that
You
I'm
know
about to give.
Who's heard every version of this? Because she's
guess.
worked with every single one of them in the industry. I'm over 150 film TV credits, spanning decades, an enduring, versatile, multi-hyphenate legend.
You say her name and everyone straightens up
Mm-hmm.
their spine. I can't because of my injury.
No. But I just want everyone to know that as a result of our guest being here, we are hot on the trail to a cure. Because I knew our guest knew someone who was a bodywork professional, and wouldn't you know it, Brian, you're a text away from fixing Bowen Yang.
Not tonight. We've got a full night ahead of us.
And not to put pressure on you.
Not to put pressure on you, Brian.
No pun intended.
Very good. She is somehow our dear friend.
One of everyone talks about this friendship, like, oh, Lost College. My favorite friendship is you and our guest.
I can't believe this is real. Anyway, her fantastic new memoir, Alphapussy.
Best title of the year.
Best title of the year, How I Survived the Valley and Learned to Love My Boobs. And I want to talk boobs because I'm a boob gay, as we
You
know.
always do.
And I think you have an affinity for boobs as well.
I love the guys. I love the gals. I love them.
The front ass.
I love those chesticles.
Chesticles. I love our guest so much. I can't believe she's finally here. We talked about this a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness.
We did.
Everyone welcome
Gina Gershon! Welcome to the chair.
Oh my God, it's so fun to watch you guys talk about. Let me just say one thing.
Yes.
I have to address a few things that you've said.
Okay.
Address.
First of all, John Woo, you would be only so lucky to look like him. He is,
So
I think,
hot.
hands down the most elegant director I've ever worked with.
Elegant.
On a set.
Wow.
Always just looked just so, and even though he'd walk around going, oh, I need more money. I'm like, you have $99 million, John, is that enough? But he would always look so like sexy and sophisticated and cool.
And that is how Bowen Yang would be as a director, I think.
Yeah.
Sophisticated.
I need more money. I'm doing that every day in my damn
No,
apartment.
I think you look really good. I didn't know you were trying to do me in this. What's the shirt that
The shirt is
Thank
okay.
you for calling out the
So
shirt.
I've worn this before, but it's Celine.
Of course. It looks
And
really good.
We are going to go. We're recording this on Tony Nam's Day.
Very
we
excited.
are.
Congrats, Titanic.
Congrats, Titanic.
And all of our friends that are
Congratulations,
nominated.
you guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
The show is fantastic. I
We're
was
so
there
proud of
opening
it.
night.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Because you texted me. Are you
Some
going to be
like
there?
other people. I wasn't going to bring it up. You guys weren't
We had
there.
to miss opening night of Titanic.
I'm like, are you going to be there? And he's like, Coachella.
We were at Coachella.
Yeah.
But that looked like a fun fucking night.
So fun.
It was so, I hadn't seen the show.
Really?
Yeah. So it was my first time.
Review thoughts.
I thought it was just so fun.
Yes.
And everyone's having the best time. And it's just, it's pure, it's everything you want it to be.
It's the coolest because
Yeah.
we saw it when it started at the old UCB theater, but it wasn't the UCB theater anymore. It was in the basement of Agristides. What was that theater called?
It was called Asylum.
Asylum Theater. Tiny, not that many seats.
The one
And
on 27th or 26th?
26.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
26
That's where
and
this
8.
It used
started?
to be the old UCB, and then
know.
Matt came on this podcast, uttered the words, "You have to go see Titanic."
We were so it was the first person I thought of was him because
Of Celine and Titanic.
French
Of course,
Canadian
of
legend.
course.
Yeah.
But
She's hysterical.
She's just the best, and
So
it's one of
amazing.
those things that was born out of love for
Yeah.
making people laugh and feel good, and that's why I'm so proud of it because it doesn't feel corporate. It made it like the
No.
little engine that could.
And also, it's like just watching it, you're just so, you feel that. And I kind of knew it. And you're like, oh my God, I'm at their opening night on Broadway. And you could tell they were all like, what? I
Yeah.
can't believe we're here. So that was really special.
Yeah.
And it's really great.
You could do Celine, I think. You could play Celine in that show.
Could I sing Celine? It's a little high.
If you've
bring
done
it down.
Sally Bowles, you
That's
can do
true.
Celine Dion.
No, but Sally, yeah, except I always had the cushion of Sally because when I first started doing it, they're like, she doesn't really need to sing. And I'm like, oh, honey, I'm singing those
Yes.
songs.
And we
you know?
appreciate it when Sally can sing.
Right? I
Yes.
mean, and he's like, yeah, but she shouldn't. And he's like, and she shouldn't really dance. I'm like, I can deconstruct the dancing. That'll be fun to do.
yeah.
But you just want to sing the shit out of
Why
it.
wouldn't they want you to dance though? Because you're a well-regarded, documented dancer.
Puffer.
Except because in the Sam Mendes version of Cabaret, I mean, Sally Bowles traditionally wasn't that good.
Right.
And so she was a little screechy, or she was like kind of, so I'd mess up some of the dance moves and just kind of like go, and like you catch it up. And, one time though, oh my God, the scariest moment, and this is the only time this has really, really, really happened to me. Because I only had, they gave me 3 weeks, before. And I said, listen, I'd never like come in to replace someone on a show.
Yes.
So I just said, listen, all I care is that I get one day with Sam Mendes.
Yes.
I said, I will do everything. You tell me where to go, but like, let me just do my own thing. And
Yeah.
Sam's like, I'm like, if you want me to go here instead, I'll do it. Just give me a shot to do my own thing. Right. Of course. And I came in 2 weeks because I was away on a vacation, but the girl, one of the women I was with, she had Sally's voice. I'm like, oh great, I'll just work
love
on my
that.
accent, I'll work on my
so
songs,
useful.
and I'll go in and I'll have all that stuff in my head. Anyway, the first night, everyone's like, are you nervous? Are you nervous? I'm like, no, I'm fine. Just tell me where to go. I don't get nervous. I just get like, shoes are here, entrance is here.
Yep.
But it was as, I was going on, that little voice is like, you are singing and dancing on Broadway. How do you know you'll remember? I'm like, shut the fuck up. I cannot
Yeah,
listen
the
to you right
inner
now.
monologue.
Just get out of my, it's like, what if I don't want to hear, I don't want to talk to you. Anyway, I make it through, but about like 5 or 6 days later, I was on doing like, Don't Tell Mama. And I had friends in the audience as well. Blank.
No.
Like, literally. And all of a sudden, like, the words just went like, and I just said, just keep dancing. And I was like, it's like all of a sudden I was in Singapore or somewhere. I
Yep.
just started singing something, but like, and adding a little crackle to it. And it's in case someone's noticing, they're like, oh, there must be something wrong with the thing. So I was like, and then until I finally found my way
Gina?
again. No one knew.
Why? But why?
Except
why the-
backstage, they're like,
Right,
"Are we in
right.
Singapore next?" I did. For some reason, I started singing in.
But you were
Mandarin or
compelling
something.
and you kept telling a story.
And the audience, you know what? It just goes to show.
Yeah.
If you just sell it,
Sell
and I
it.
kept the tune, and I kept the dance, it like no one knew.
Goes to
Yeah.
show the audience is stupid.
They're not stupid.
No, but wait, and are
But
you
they
also
don't know all
saying
the words.
They don't know all the words. Are you also saying that like Sally in character would probably do that kind of thing? Maybe.
Maybe they
the world
thought,
of-
oh, that nutty Sally. I was just thinking, oh, blame the technology. So I was like, cracking. They were like, oh, it was so great, but then I couldn't understand, when the crackling of the mic. I know that mic today really
darn
fucked me up, but I
mic.
kept going.
So-
I don't know what I was doing.
This was the track that was set by Natasha Richardson originally.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because, of course, the one that has been going was started in the West End, and Jessie Buckley originated it, and that one is more sung. Like
Yep.
she's definitely.
Well, she's got a great voice.
She's got an unbelievable
Yeah.
voice, and I feel like it only. If you don't know if you didn't know, you didn't know, but now people are really knowing the breadth of what she can do vocally.
She's incredible.
Unbelievable. But I will say, it does feel really nice to hear that score really sung well. And I know that that's a common refrain about Sally Bowles. Like, well, it doesn't have to be. It's better if it is.
It's better.
I mean, with those songs, it's a shame not to. I mean, I saw one actress doing them who really couldn't sing. I will not name who it was. And it kind of bummed me out.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? Like, maybe you sing it well and every now and then you could do an oopsie on purpose. But, you can orchestrate that a little bit, but I don't know, especially like maybe this time, which wasn't the like, it's such a gorgeous song.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I
One of the
don't
best.
want to not sing it.
Of course.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's
But that was one of the only moments it's happened where it went fully.
oh yeah.
What do you think was happening?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I got too cocky, like, 2 weeks, I got this, Broadway, I'm nailing this. And I went out and something just went boom. And I'm like,
Terrifying.
yeah, it was kind of terrifying. But your brain does somersaults. And so I made it work and no one was the wiser except backstage.
Except
They were just like, so are we in Singapore now? Like, did the
We
show?
are not sure of what
And I don't know why that was my go-to place to go.
You were communing with something.
Just something came through me.
Something
It was
came through.
fine.
Was it just that number or did it continue?
No
after that?
joke.
Okay.
It was just like 8 bars or maybe 16 bars.
Yeah.
Of Don't Tell Mama.
I am shocked that, it must be an adrenaline thing, but there was one time at SNL when I felt like I was getting pushed out for a weekend update and something like flashed. It was an intrusive something where I was like, I'm going to faint.
Ooh.
And my head is going to slam into the desk on live television.
Do you remember what bit?
It was like Trade Daddy.
So early.
Early. It was like my second time. I was like, hey, and then I was like, what if I just, I'm lightheaded. What if I just passed out on live television? And I'm like, I don't think it's ever happened before on that show, at least. Do you have like a
They probably would have laughed and applauded.
Well,
Like,
I
it was
don't know.
brilliant.
Well, they would have. Everyone would have, because I feel like because it's such a controlled atmosphere, everyone would assume it's part of the bit.
I don't know.
Or maybe you were
No, they would've.
dehydrated.
Until-
You were
until they
dehydrated?
realized it.
If I
wasn't.
fully went unconscious, I probably was dehydrated. If I went
Yeah.
fully unconscious and slammed headfirst into the desk, people would be like, oh my God.
They would.
That is so unprofessional of him.
Or Bowen Yang is a committed sketch performer. The
Really?
way his head exploded.
Have you've had moments where you've thought, oh no, something's gone horribly wrong?
I mean, there. I guess during the Christmas show when I'm touring,
was
it's
gonna
kind of
say.
just like everyone's kind of like whatever anyway. We're all just there for a good time. In a high stakes situation, I remember during my SNL audition, I remember I couldn't feel the blood in my feet. That was the first time I ever had that.
Oh, interesting.
happen. I couldn't feel the blood in my feet, and I realized I wasn't breathing. So I was like, "Oh God, remember to breathe,
Yeah.
or you're gonna lose circulation."
Breathe
But-
into your toes.
yeah. But then, like, the thing about that experience is, it is the most intense audition experience you can possibly
Sure.
have. So after that, it's kind of hard to get stage fright or feel unprepared because of how intense that
Is it
shit
that?
is.
I'm kind of mad I never did that. I wish I had started my
Yeah.
whole career doing SNL. I always wanted to
would've
do
been
comedy,
great.
but then I went into a different thing. My mom
Right.
kept saying, you really should be doing comedy. I'm like, no, I'm going to be a really serious actress. I can't do that right now. But why is it so intense? Because all I keep saying is like, why can't I host? I want to host. And then you bring me in. Like every now and then I get brought in. Yours was the most fun. But
the Bowen straight.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I mean, come on.
I
That
know.
was
Every
iconic.
time Gina coming in looking, I'm sorry, I don't mean to objectify you and make this about your appearance,
ravishing.
but I'm always like, oh my God, like I'm in love with you.
and then we get to make out.
Well, you
know.
are the gay icon in many ways. I mean, like, the thing is, I think people, one of the things, like, the word underrated is thrown around so much, like, but the thing is, like, you really don't get the credit for, like, how the place that you hold in, like, queer audiences' minds. Or maybe you do feel like that is a common thing that's said to you, but
and you feel like it's over-indexed, like you're like, oh, the only people who come up to me are gay men.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
no, because you have such a wide
I mean,
audience.
a lot of gay men do, but
Yes.
I'm also have like you could tell which movies. For
Yes.
if
You
it's a
got the
face off,
lesbians.
it's like the straight men.
Yeah.
Bound is the lesbians.
Yes.
Showgirls, the gay men.
And then
Yes.
the teens and the Gen Z is Riverdale.
Riverdale.
and theater goers.
Theater. Well, and then there's people who just have seen me do music, or they know like the other books. So, like they get confused. They're
Right.
like, oh, I really like Camp Preview Time. I'm like, great. They're like, wait, you act? And I'm like, yeah, I do that. Like I have different weird worlds.
Yeah.
You know what
now
I mean?
you've got you've got gamers now after Borderlands who are probably like,
I think if Borderlands had done a little bit better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a little bit. All right.
But
I wish I wanted that to do great. But
I know, but it's you
I
can't
wanted them. I got to
control that.
play
But you and
Moxie.
Kate had a blast.
So much fun. She's so much fun. I'm going to do, you know what you and I did, the How To Academy?
Yes.
Here in New York. I'm doing that with Kate in London.
best.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was an amazing night.
Wasn't
by the
that
way.
fun? You were incredible. I was
Oh,
so.
thank you.
I've been really lucky because I've had really good friends. You know, you've been amazing. I did one with Linda Perry in Los Angeles. And as we're walking on, you know, to do, you know, she's like, you know, Gina,
coolest.
I didn't read the book. I'm like, what? I said, wait, what do you mean you didn't read the book? She goes, you know, it takes me a really long time to read the book. I'm like, well, so do you want me to? No, we'll be fine. I'm like,
Should I let you know about me?
I said, no, I mean, she's silly. I said, you can't talk about other things you know about me.
exactly.
Yes.
And then she just like, she goes, oh, this book is so good. Let's just open up vampires. What do you think about vampires? It was the funniest talk ever. I mean, it was fine.
I
you
mean,
know?
it's so funny you say that. I just fell down a Linda Perry rabbit hole the other night because I was, for some reason, the writing of Beautiful popped into my mind. And it's this gorgeous story about how Linda had written that for herself.
Yeah.
And, you know, it ended up, Christina, her heart like went over her shoulder and was like, what's that song? Was like, I want to record that. Came in, they used the raw vocal.
It was Christina's first take.
First take.
And now Linda's coming out. She's singing again.
Yeah.
And so have you heard her version of it?
No, but I need to do
you
that.
must.
Wow.
You must.
It's out?
It's I think it came out like this month, or it's coming out this month.
Great.
And she's you know, to me, Linda, when I first met her, I didn't meet her first. I heard her because we were at the same show singing, and I was going on after whoever this Linda Perry was. I'm just like singing my song, and I hear this voice.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
What's going on
And
there?
I'm like, you need to turn my volume up because her voice is so big. I'm like, how does she sing so big? I was like, oh my God.
Power.
She's got, to me, one of my favorite voices of female rock and rollers.
Yeah.
And then I went, and afterwards, I didn't know, I was just starting to write music because the Pray for Rock and Roll was coming out. And then I had to go on tour, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to write music because those songs didn't work. And I said, I said to Matt Sorum, who's the Guns N' Roses, I said, who's that girl? That's who I want to write with. He's like, yeah, get in line. I didn't
Right.
realize she was so
Sure.
sought after.
Yeah.
So I met her that night. I said, I just have a feeling. I said, I really want to write with you. She's like, yeah, like you
For
and everyone
sure.
else.
Yeah.
And then she says, I what's the word? Stalked her. Because
What's that word?
What's that word that I called? I kept saying, no. I finally said, just give me an hour. Give me an hour. And if we don't have fun, then we'll have fun for an hour. Like then you could
Whatever.
kick
I'll
me
go.
out. And so-
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Because this reminds me of the Sam Mendes thing where you're like, give me one blank.
Yeah.
Give me one blank with this person, and if it doesn't work out, then it'll be fine.
Well,
but it seems like
yeah.
you tend to really get it in the pocket.
Well, Sam had already offered me the part.
Right.
Right? Which is like, there's a whole story in the book about that, which is really funny. That deals with Joe Montello, who just got
The
nominated
best.
for director and
Yep.
for his show, Death of a Salesman.
So good. So good.
So great. And I mean, I literally was like, I need to start like doing musicals now because I just moved into an apartment of a singer, and I'm like, I used to be a song and dance girl. I don't know why we were so wasted. We couldn't remember why. And then I was like,
remembers why.
Just New York.
it was just weird. It was out, and
Yeah.
it was so long ago that you have like phone message machines. So
Yeah.
by the time I got home, I said, no, Joe, I think I need to start doing musicals. I was just a song and dance girl all the time. And then I just went away from it. Oh, yeah. I get home and I hear like, Gina, hi, this is Sam Mendes. I think you'd be brilliant, doing, cabaret. And I'm like, that Joe, so funny. Like,
You thought it was Joe doing an impression of Sam Mendes?
I was wasted. I was like, how did he get home so soon? Bam, my head hits the pillow.
Yeah.
And the next day I'm like, I listen to it again. I'm like, God, he really does a good. English accent. I
Let me
listened to it again. I'm
follow
like, I don't know. I think this might actually be Sam.
Wow.
And then it was Sam. And then I called Joe right away. I'm like, you can't believe it.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. I said, yeah.
That's the thing about
Isn't that
having
funny?
such talented friends. You never know when people are doing an impersonation.
Yeah,
Because
that's right.
everyone's a whiz.
Everyone's a whiz.
I never know when he calls me who it is.
Yeah. I'm so good at impressions, as we
are?
all know. No, I'm not.
But you do
You're not?
You do know this is all a testament to like you do like have the coolest connections. Like and like it's because you are in excess of that. Like you're involved in the coolest stuff. You take risks. Like just hearing about how Bound came together and the belief that had to go into that being the success that it was, just the collaboration that has followed and I think been a theme.
Yeah. I think it's like I have a certain knack. Like I could read people quickly. I'm one of those people. If in a room they come in and right away I'm like, do. Not in a judgy way. I like them or I don't.
Yep.
Like there's an energy thing or like that person stay away from, and I think I really like, I just have a thing for really talented people. Yeah. Even if I don't know what they do, I'm like, oh, that person's so great. I just like, there's something that they have, whatever it is they do.
Is a feeling you have or a sense you get from them?
It's just an energy. It's like a frequency or something.
Did you and I meet at Carnegie?
No, we met. It's so weird the night we met.
We didn't share scenes in Nora from Queens. I remember it was such a big day when like Nora was like, oh my God, Gina Gershon is coming in today. And we were like, I was like, oh my God, we got Gina.
Oh.
It was that was great.
I didn't meet you there. No.
It was not there.
No, because I was writing that movie.
Yes.
And I remember like there was a character, and I've never done this before. And all of a sudden I kept thinking, what? And you came into my mind. I'm like, okay, just pretend it's Bowen Yang and write it for that. I'm like, oh,
Amused.
I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, really amused. And then there was I don't know who was on SNL that night, but I was at the party. It was later at night. And then I said, oh my, and I saw you. I'm like, oh my God, you've been in my head all day. And then we just talked, and we like had a love-in, and then that was it. And then we didn't see each other until Joan Baez or Laurie was like, you guys go out and dance.
That was
Carnegie
crazy.
Hall.
And then that was the week where we brought back Bowen is Straight.
No, that was the first one.
That was the first one. No,
Sydney Sweeney one.
But so we wrote it for Dakota Johnson. It didn't go.
Oh.
And then we did a repass on it when Sydney Sweeney hosted. And then Gary Richardson, our friend, goes, I think it'd be really cool if Bowen's girlfriend, like whatever, like situationship was with like this hot woman like Sydney, like that Sydney should get jealous of. Like, what about Gina Gershon? And I was like, I just sang with her on stage at Carnegie Hall on Monday.
Funny.
Laurie Anderson and Joan Baez.
Put us together.
Crazy.
It was so dumb. But wait, how did you and Laurie meet?
Laurie and we met through Lou. Because I met Lou through Dave Stewart, who I met on Showgirls, kind of saved my life during that time, which was
hard,
insane. And Dave was playing with Lou, I think it was on Letterman one night, and he's like, oh, why don't you come, and he's like, we'll go out after or something. I said,
Lou Reed was performing on Letterman, or?
Lou Reed, Dave Stewart, Bootsy Collins. It was like they were a super group. I don't know what they were, but Dave like, just come and then we'll go out afterwards. And it happened to be Lou Reed's birthday. And he's like, I feel like going downtown and like, playing at some dive bar or something. And I'm like,
that's a good Lou Reed impression.
Thank you. I do really good impressions. And so we all went down. I happened to have my Jews harp because I always usually have it. In fact, I can't believe I didn't bring it today. I was racing out. It's okay. So they were all going to play in some dingy bar. And I just said, hey, I've got this. And Lou's like, yeah, come on up and play. So I played with those guys. And I was like, this is Bootsy Collins. Oh, my God. And cool. And then when I was doing cabaret, see, I'm attaching all the things.
I love it.
He was coming. I had met Hal. I can't remember how I met Hal, but Hal and Lou came to see me do Sally because Lou was doing a project. And I think Hal said, oh, why don't Gina can maybe help us with actors or something. He was doing the Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven.
Oh, wow.
And so I was so nervous that I'm like, Lou Reed's coming tonight. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to fucking, like, how I didn't really know how that well.
Yeah.
Yet. And anyway, so we did it. I sang the shit out of it. And of course they came up and Lou's like, I fucking hate musicals. And I'm like, he said, but that was pretty cool. He goes, you sang on key the whole time. And I was like, is that bad? Like, they make me sing. He's like, no, how do you do that?
Yeah.
And I said, it's Broadway. You kind of have to. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I was like, but anyway, we became friends. It was kind of a nightmare doing the project because I brought in a bunch of friends and everyone was like, oh my God, Lou Reed. And they would do a reading and I'd be like, and he'd be like, can you just, I don't know, can you just be better? And I'm like, like, you can't talk to people like that. I said, we gotta like.
Lou would say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
he doesn't mince words. And of course the other actors were like, oh my God. But then Lou and I became pals. And like Laurie was always on tour. And so we'd do like Eagle Claw together or we'd go like eat food. He was really fun to eat food with because he's such a New York, like, And then, but and one day he goes, Laurie, you should meet Laurie. I'm like, yeah, I would really like to meet Laurie. Not telling him that Laurie was like my idol.
Yeah.
Like she was, Lou Reed's cool, but I was like Laurie Anderson. And so, and I was also a little nervous because I'm sure she's thinking, who's this chick? Like hanging out with my guy all the time, right? Even though it was like, but like we had never met and Lou and I, we were hanging out,
Sure. It's a thing.
And so he said, just come on over, she's, here. And as soon as I walked in, she's there with her little dimples and her dog. She goes, oh, hi, it's so nice to meet you. And she's just a slice of, I don't know, she's otherworldly.
I know,
she's just so,
celestial.
you talk about an energy and a frequency.
Yeah.
Immediately, I'm just like, I love you. Like, I want to be like around you all the time. But we really didn't, after Lou died, we accidentally met at some reading at some Tibetan thing. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. And I just said, hey, how are you doing? And she just seemed lost to me. She's like, I don't know. I said, are you lost? And she just seemed so vulnerable. I just wanted to hug her. She's like, yeah. I said, well, I'm here if you want to like, take a walk or if you want to go to dinner or a movie. She's like, could we go to India? And I'm like, yeah, Laurie Anderson, sure, I'll go to India with you. Well, we never went to India. We became really great friends.
You've got to fulfill that prophecy.
I know. But we just became really close, and she's been a big influence in my life.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
She's been very helpful to me in so many ways.
You were prepared to like offer that friendship to her in that moment, though. Like maybe like years before that, you would have felt too. You would not have maybe felt brave enough to like be like, do you need anything? You look lost. Do you like, I think that takes a lot of courage.
But she wasn't like Laurie Anderson to me at that moment. She was just like
someone who was
very
dazed.
pure, present, like beautiful energy that just felt really vulnerable. And I just felt like, oh my God, I want to protect her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forgot about all that other stuff. And I do have friends who are so talented. I just love them. And then I go to see them perform and I'm like, holy shit, they're really incredible. Like, oh my God, I forget.
It's like they're embodying a different energy.
Yeah. But I think I'm friends with some of these people, because I don't treat them like that. And we are just like this. And every now and then I'm like, holy shit, I'm glad I became friends with them before I started watching them, else maybe I would have been too weirded out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
That's amazing that through Cabaret, though, through Hal bringing Lou.
And Hal.
It all sort of transpired that way. But I'm going to 54 tonight to see Rocky.
I'm dying to go.
It's great.
But wait.
Oh, Juliet's in there.
Yes. She's perfect.
She's the best.
I can't wait.
I love
There's
her.
something about you performing at Studio 54 that feels just so scrumptious.
Yeah, that probably was really fun.
That's where Cabaret was.
I know.
Right. I'm saying like you being there like feels very powerful. Like
it was amazing.
New York on New York. It's just like,
they did
that
the
show.
revival of that as well in that theater. I was at opening night of that with Alan Cumming and Michelle Williams. And just to see that staging again was, and I'm so happy that space got graced by his vision of it again, because that was also Sam Mendes.
Yes.
He just did it again.
Well, it's also great because like the tables were like right there,
Loved that.
and people were drinking and
Yep.
getting wasted, and so like you could really react to some people, and it just felt like it just made the whole atmosphere.
It was a really shocking production, I thought.
It was an incredible
Like it
production.
was so cinematic. And I was like, yeah, truly, he obviously directs film and he brought that to the space. It was the first time I saw a space really transformed. And now they do it all the time. Like Jamie Lloyd, the way that he transforms the space.
Yeah.
But how much you can transform that space.
It was also like you'd walk in the theater and like the Kit Kat girls, they were just so
I
sleazy.
love that immersive
and
element.
like it smelled so nasty, like you were just in it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It
Yeah.
felt really. That was a really special production.
No, they transformed it. They also did it in the West End, and then which they also brought to New York. But it's such an important, great, enduring show.
Yeah.
It's just one of my favorites.
And now, a vital break from our sponsor, Vital Proteins.
You know the blue tub you've probably seen everywhere? That's Vital Proteins collagen peptides. Now, why use them?
Because they're the experts, the #1 collagen brand in the US. I'm talking about ingredients backed by science and shown to be effective.
I mean, when we hit about age 30, our bodies naturally produce less collagen. And collagen has a lot of benefits. A lot! Collagen peptides are a simple wellness supplement that supports healthy hair, skin, nails, bones, and best of all, joints.
And it's easy to use. Add a serving to whatever you're already drinking. Morning coffee, afternoon tea, daily smoothie, weekly whatever.
I use Vital Proteins collagen every morning. I just mix it into my coffee or a smoothie. It's super easy, and it's become a simple part of my daily routine.
But however you do it, consistency is the key. It's crazy how something so effective is so easy.
And right now, you can get 20% off your next order by going to vitalproteins.com and using promo code LasCulturistas20. That's LasCulturistas20 at checkout.
Huge thanks again to our sponsor, Vital Proteins.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I thought you said it was proven by science.
Never said that. I just said it was good.
But I don't know. I just feel happy that I'm happy to be here with you guys.
We're so happy you're here so that we can ask you the central question of our podcast, which is...
Gina Gershon, what is the culture that made you say culture was for you?
I was thinking about this, and I thought, God, this is a really good question. And but it's a hard question because I'm like, what exactly does it mean? And the only thing that kept coming up in different forms was I remember. Not so much. I remember when I was younger and I saw my first theater piece and I just thought like, whoa, like these are magic people like on stage. But I remember when my uncle took me to my first concert and I was like 6. And it was like 3 Dog Night or something. But I'd never been to a big concert.
Yes.
And everyone started like lighting their lights and everyone was singing at the same time. It was so communal.
Yeah.
And it was so I just felt like this is really important. And I just went to go see, so many concerts, like people don't know each other and they're all singing together. I just saw, Noel and Gallagher.
I was just going to say, I wish that I had gone to the Oasis show.
Yeah.
I went to the Oasis show in London, right?
Sick.
And I have to say, there were so many, it was like real bro culture.
Of course
Well,
it is.
right?
Yeah.
Bros. But these guys were like, and drinking their beers. But then in the middle of songs, they're like turning around to strangers and hugging each other and everyone's high-fiving. And I'm like, what is going on? This is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a different time, maybe they would have been fighting.
Sure.
Or it would have been too aggro or too macho. And I love that as a culture because it's the only one that I really have witnessed. Even more so than being like at a culty thing or a guru-y thing, because there's something fake to me about that.
Yeah.
But that really people like love each other, and they come together and they sing together in all different walks of life.
It's spiritual.
It's spiritual. It can
It's
soften
spiritual.
even an aggro guy like what you're describing. It can soften them to the point of just full tenderness.
Yes.
Sports can't do that.
Like guys that I would like watching going, God, this will be rough. Let's leave this place early because this is going to get gnarly. just like literally hugging each other, hugging strangers, turning around, going, oh. And I thought it softened them and it gave them a commonality on a spiritual level.
Yeah.
And everyone's singing together. I just think there's nothing like it.
Yeah, you lock eyes with someone and you're having there is like a little relationship in that moment and a shared thing.
Yes.
It's cool.
And even if people, like, if you've seen concerts in different countries, right, with people singing, if it's you're in Japan or in Turkey, wherever you are, even people who don't speak English, they know all the words.
Yep.
Right? And everyone's singing too. And it's just like, this is so incredible. It doesn't, like your race, your creed, your color, whatever it is, like where everyone is meeting in a common, beautiful space.
Well, you are the perfect person to ask this sort of cliche question, but I have a feeling you're going to have a cool answer and a bespoke answer. What was the live music moment of your life? Like, do you remember you're not your first, not necessarily best, but like what was the formative live music concert or moment for you?
I feel I knew like three things popped in my head all at the same time.
Love that.
Well, I think that first concert when it was just like, whoa.
Who was on stage again?
Three Dog Night. One is the loneliest number.
One is the loneliest number.
I was like 6. I was little.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember going, well, God, like they're flooding into my head now.
Yeah.
I remember like the first concert I went to on my own, like, I think like one of our mothers drove us or something, but like it was Jethro Tull.
Wow.
Cool.
And I just remember feeling cool because I'm like, I'm at a show without my parents or my sister or brother.
The atmosphere was like something that like made you empowered.
It was just me going to a show with my friends. It made me feel cool,
Yeah.
But I remember it's so funny. I can't remember what I talk about in the book or not anymore because it's all starting to mingle in my head.
You know your life story.
It's your
now.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just little weird moments, but I can't remember what I actually put in the book and what I didn't put in the book.
You tell me what you think was in the book and I'll tell you.
Did I mention when my uncle was he was a musician. He had orchestras and he was a jazz guy and he was doing some sort of show. I used to go to like he used to do the Grammys and I'd go to like the rehearsals when they'd all dressed in their jeans.
Yeah, I love that.
And like they were and I thought, oh my God, they're like normal people and they're so cool. And then you see them perform, you're like, okay, so there's two people. There's your performance people and then like you're just wearing your jeans and your sneakers people. So that was cool, but I don't remember what it was for. I was little. I think my mom just dropped me off and he was having people come up and sing on stage and I was really tired and there was a beautiful kind of a black woman in a dress and she didn't have her shoes on and she was sitting there and I just remember like going like I was so tired. I just kind of went over and like laid on her kind of a little bit because she just felt so warm to me and beautiful and so I was leaning against her and she just put her arm around me and she just started humming. And I remember going like, whoa. Like it was humming, but it went through my whole body.
Wow.
And then he was just like, all right, hey, Sarah, come on up. And, my woman, she
went on stage?
She went on stage to sing. And I remember thinking, that lady's not wearing any shoes. Like an adult, like who's not wearing any shoes, going up on stage. And then she started singing and I'm just like, wow, my person's a really good singer. Like she was my person all of a sudden. I remember saying to Uncle Jack, like, I like her. Like, I think she can really sing. He's like, yeah, that's Sarah Vaughan. She's a wonderful singer.
God.
But she hummed and like it hummed through my body.
Wow.
And I'd never heard a voice like that.
How old were you within this
I
happened?
must have been 6. I was a skinny little thing. I mean, I literally just like plopped myself like this on her and she just kind of, I was little enough to not have any shame. Like, I don't know you, but you look cozy. I'm like laying I'm like laying on you basically.
This is in LA?
Yeah.
And your uncle, so he's in the know because he's scoring all these things. He's wrote the Charlie's Angels theme song.
He wrote, my uncle was like the coolest guy I ever knew. He started off before I was born, obviously. He was in Paris living, get this, with Quincy Jones. They were studying under the same people, like these hot guys in their 60s. I mean, in 1960s. Burt Bacharach was around as well, too. I'm always like, Quincy, I used to like, tell me stories. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker, you don't remember. Just tell me something. But he was playing, they were all studying jazz. And so he was playing in some little bar. And then Judy Garland saw him. She brought him to the States to become her arranger.
Yeah.
And then from that,
Jack?
Jack,
Your uncle?
my uncle. And then he ended up doing TV and like variety shows. And then he ended up starting to, he did like Barney Miller and Charlie's Angels and Where's Papa and The Jerk. And like he did.
Charlie's Angels is a bop.
Right?
It's a
I
bop.
remember.
That is enduring.
That's when he got into that. They had that sound. But then his real love was, he had an orchestra that he put all these great musicians together, the Jazz Symphonic Orchestra. And so they would, showcase new, arrangements and new composers. And he'd have shows, and it was really fun.
I put forth like a pretty flawed thesis at your How to Academy Q&A. I was reading the book and I was like, I think the common thread here is that men were disgusting towards you your whole life. And I want to take that back because I feel like I am not accounting for the men who really like opened your eyes to things and
Yeah.
saw you for who you were as this talented, amazing person.
Well, you were just talking about because of like the Valley stories.
The Valley stories of like child molesters, like it's like the
child molesters and all the rapists and stuff like that.
But growing up in the Valley when the porn industry was being
Yes. It
was no
created,
joke.
which
It was
meant that there were not exactly boundaries.
No, it was a very toxic world, and it was the helicopter parent hadn't been invented yet, so it's like be home, Gigi, before 6, and I'm like, okay,
Nothing bad can happen.
yeah.
we grew up in that moment. Like I think we were one of the last.
Really?
I mean, I'm sure it still happens, but like I remember like okay, just like we would just run off for miles.
Yeah.
As long as we were home by like 6.
But even that, I remember my dad being like, at the time of that being true, like you take your bike out and go wherever. My dad was like, I used to ride my bike to Shea Stadium, hop the fence.
Oh my God.
And we lived on Long Island, and like he would just ride his bike for
That's
like
long
a long way
Wow.
and hop the fence at Shea. No one was none the wiser by himself as a kid.
Oh my
like,
God. To see a
6,
concert
7
or-
years old. No, to watch the
To
Mets
watch the
play.
Mets. I
like
see.
And how old?
7, 8, 9 years old, like
It
young.
was a different sort of world. I mean, now everyone's so. I mean,
Older than that, probably like
Yeah.
11, 12. I'm
Still,
but
that's a
young.
long way,
Like you're
yeah.
a child,
Yeah.
and you're out there. So it's just like the abandon with which you were able to live your life as a coming of age person in the in the Valley at that time. It had to be like a licorice pizza vibe.
It's very much. I mean, I always tell Paul, I'm like, we have because had similar upbringings.
PTA, yeah.
PTA. But I said I have like the female version. I sent Maya and Paul a book. I don't know if they've read it yet, but I'm like, this is like it's my version with boobs. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
coming, but like the waterbed store. We didn't have the licorice pizza. We had the other record store where I stole my first record.
Yeah.
What I was thinking, I don't know, Led Zeppelin 4, like an album. I stole the album under my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy. That was really nuts. But yeah, it was a different sort of time, and all those people were around. We just weren't aware of it. So you kind of were left on your own devices. That's like kind of the whole. I didn't realize I was right so much of that, but then the Valley stuff just started. I'm like, why am I thinking this? And then these memories started coming back, and I'm like, wow, it's kind of a gnarly childhood. And everyone's like, oh, how did you get so tough? And I'm like, well, God, you almost had to be in order to survive like bad situations. But when you're younger, you don't think about it as like, oh, I'm surviving. You're just like, okay, don't get killed by that guy. Get out of here, else these are bad guys. And so you just go. And it wasn't until I started writing it, I'm like,
Yeah, wow. I've
whoa.
survived.
I was really like slightly traumatized
Yeah.
and kind of scared all the time, but you just had no time to be scared. You just kept-
You're on alert the whole time, so there's no
Yeah.
time to be like, I've had to be on alert. You're just
Right.
on alert.
You're just on alert. It's just like danger, doop, boop, and it kind of gives you a sense of like danger at 2:00, cross the street over here. So it was kind of, it was good training for like living in New York and then Hollywood. And the rest of the world. You just all of a sudden know how to deal with weird stuff.
Well, you talk about, I mean, the story behind Alphapussy being? Well, why don't you tell it? How did you arrive at a title like this for everyone that's...
Yeah, because everyone thinks, ooh, alpha pussy, but it's really
Yeah, they
not.
think it's maybe just salacious, but there's actually there's real strength in how you arrived.
Yeah, well, okay. So when I became aware of it, I just remember, and I became super aware of it because I used to use the term and I used to use I didn't know it was a philosophy until there was an aha moment when I remember after I'd gotten Showgirls and I was really excited, because it was like a big break for me and I got to dance and I got to play, ooh, I'm Margot now instead of Eve. In my head, it was all about Eve.
So
right?
cool.
I'm like, ooh. And, I was like, this is such a cool part. And then I remember male executives or agents, I'd go to parties and, it's that moment like you're in Hollywood, like, oh, I finally have something cool that I'm doing. So when people are like, oh, what are you doing? Because that's what they always ask. And instead of feeling like a loser, I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm doing Showgirls. But they'd be like, hey, so I see you're doing Showgirls. And they would stare at my chest, go down my body. And I found myself crossing my arms and getting very intellectual, like, oh, yes, Paul Verhoeven, his Dutch films are really incredible. I'm going to spatters. I mean, the way he moves, I'm thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? As I was backing away and talking like this.
Yeah.
And about the fourth time that happened, I thought, what is going on? Like, I'm actually really excited and I'm being made to feel weird and defensive.
Or minimizing yourself.
Minimizing myself and getting really like this. And I thought about, I for some reason, my cat flashed in my head and I've always had male cats, like kind of wild, And the thing about a male kitten, especially if they're a little bit feral,
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, they're off the street. They're they're like rescue kitties.
You know more than I do. I'm just making a stupid joke.
No, but I'm sure certain pedigree cats, maybe they don't do it. I don't know. I've never had one.
I'm obsessed with this philosophy though that you're about to describe.
Okay. So anyway, the thing is when you have a wild cat, they scratch you and they jump on you and they start, wreaking havoc everywhere. And so I would stare at the kitty. And they would stare at me, like when they're really little, and you just stare. You have a staring contest. And if you look away for a second, they will fucking attack you. They jump on your head. So you can't. So I would just stare. And all of a sudden, at some point, they go, and they roll on their back.
They cave.
Therefore, making me the alpha pussy.
Gotcha.
Right?
And they will never try to reclaim that.
They will, but a certain boundary has been, and all of a sudden you can say no, and they it's like how you break that energy. And I thought about it, and so the next time one of these guys came up to me and was like, Showgirls. I remember looking him right in the eye and just saying, oh yeah, it's gonna be so great. I'm gonna be dancing naked, kissing guys, kissing girls. This is gonna be so much fun. I was so nice, but I kept that eye contact. And then he went, oh yeah, that's cool. And he backed up and he looked away. And I thought, oh my God, this is everything.
I'm the alpha pussy.
You gotta alpha pussy the shit out of these situations. And you know what? And it works. And I realize I do it a lot. You know who just did it recently? Not to bring in a whole other big energy, but she was talking about this moment. I'm like, oh my God, alpha pushy the shit out of that moment. I mean, you can cut this part out if you want, but it gets kind of, have you been following? Did you follow the Giselle, oh my God, how do you say? Pellico? Pellico.
Oh.
She's the woman, the French woman who was married for a zillion years, and then her husband had been dosing her and raping her with different people, and she found out that it's a horrible story. This French woman, she's got kids and this and that, and then all of a sudden he gets arrested. She finds out not only had he been dosing her, right, but then he'd been bringing all these people in to sleep with her and filming it.
Horror.
By the way, there's a whole weird culture going on out there about this, which is
65 million members on that.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Anyway, so of course, by the time she finds out, of course, you talk about betrayal and just what? They go to
The French
the
police?
trial.
The trial.
No. Oh, no. He's in jail.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now
yeah.
there's going to be the trial. And all the people are going to come. And of course, everyone assumes, because in a case like that, where, you know, she's the victim, you know, that she's going to say, no, I want a closed, you know, case. I don't want to be talking about all this stuff in public. And so they ask her the question. She says, no, I'd like it all to be open.
Yep.
Like everything public, everything on. You could film it, you could do everything. And you could see the guys who are being tried kind of like, what? And there was this one moment that she was talking and she goes, and he's one man who had raped me. She goes, forgive my accent and I don't mean any disrespect to her. She goes, but he stared at me. He like was looking at me, like staring at me, like to intimidate me. And I just looked right back at him. I looked at him without any shame, I'm not the victim. He's the victim, or I'm the victim here. Why should I feel ashamed? He should feel ashamed. She goes, and I looked at him, and he finally looked away, and I knew I'd, you know, and she'd won. It was pure alphapussy.
Wow.
And it was just like standing her ground in the face of this. And she goes, why should I turn away? He should be ashamed. Why should I be ashamed? She is really incredible. That story.
I mean, just even like the power of that, just holding someone's gaze. Like it's why people sometimes won't even look you in the eye to begin with.
Exactly.
It's like when I'm thinking of when Pam Bondi wouldn't look at any of. Yeah.
My dad used to always, like, if I had a date who came over, and afterwards, of course, I'd always say, like, what'd you think? He goes, I didn't like him. He goes, he wouldn't look me in the eye. Because he would shake their hand and say, hey. And he would just really look at them. And if they looked away, he goes, no. He goes, they're dodgy. They're hiding something.
Introducing M&M's caramel you already love, now popped into a totally new texture.
I'd say M&M's are one of those truly iconic snacks.
They've just launched a brand new freeze-dried innovation that brings a whole new vibe to the M&M lineup.
I mean, come on. What's not to love about M&M's by itself?
And if it's freeze-dried, I feel like I'm in space. M&M's continues to be that girl. The crunch is unexpected in the best way.
Way crisper than you'd think. Like you bite into one and there's this little pop that you don't see coming from something that still tastes like classic M&M's caramel.
Sure, they don't look exactly like the M&M's you know, but they are the M&M's you love. They're perfect for snacking when watching television, scrolling on your phone, or settling in for a movie.
And I'm already thinking they'll be great to have on hand while watching the Culture Awards.
Yes. The best part is they've got that classic M&M's caramel flavor. It's available in stores now.
I'm going to try one right now. Amazing.
Pop, pop.
I really do like them.
I tried to do an Alphapussy demonstration role play.
You did?
And I feel like I didn't fully come prepared.
When did what you
at the Q&A at the How To Academy? I mean, I feel like I want to try it again.
Okay.
So pretend I'm like
yes, I remember
gross,
this.
seedy guy, and I think you should try this too when I fail.
Okay.
You don't have to fail.
Okay. Hey Gina, congrats on the new book.
Thank you so
awesome.
much, Bowen. Thank you.
I love how you included boobs in the title. It really turns me on.
Well, you know, boobs is kind of it's like how boobs like then act differently, and people start acting differently.
Right. I go a little feral for them.
Really?
Myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was really nice talking to you. Wow!
Something you might have chased yourself away with saying, "I go feral for them myself." It's like if you can maintain eye contact after that with anyone, you are a psychopath.
But then see, I just kept looking at you and just letting you speak.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you realized you were sounding weird, so you just kind of got out of it.
Yeah, it wasn't. I fully went in expecting to like stand down, but I didn't expect it to be.
You gave yourself up.
I gave myself up.
Yeah. And it's, there's a power and I'm just learning it too, by the way, and it's been interesting on this because people come up and they start telling me stories.
Right.
And sometimes people just like want to be heard. So you just like let them speak and you just listen to them. But if someone's like digging themselves in a hole, instead of saying, you're an idiot, you just kind of go,
It's so much more powerful. I think it's actually quite, you give something away if you call someone something.
Yeah, it's not powerful. That's why when people are like, it's not powerful.
It's
like,
not.
Be very quiet and pleasant. It's almost like a mirror shows, and they can almost see themselves being like I'm a douchebag.
Yes.
Or I don't know.
I felt that way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm a fucking gross pee on.
Yeah, I could
true.
see that in your eyes. And it's fun to watch them do that.
The most powerful people don't rush to respond.
No.
It's
No.
so true. And I think it's also because they're not betraying any anxiety.
Yes.
Because I feel like sometimes what keeps me verbally processing is
Yeah.
anxiety. And telling yourself that helps. But
Right.
it is true. The things that sit in my mind that I replay over and over are interactions I've had where I feel like I spoke too much.
You said too much.
Yeah. It's out of insecurity.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and we just want to fill the space, but like to be able to like hold silence and just to look at someone is really powerful.
That's not easy too. Okay, would you like to try? I kind of want to try being the alpha pussy.
You want,
I want to like.
I'll
you
do it to
do
you.
him.
Okay.
Hey, Bowen, what's going on?
Hey Matt, I'm good. How are you?
No, I'm okay. I'm just I can't help but be a little distracted.
By what?
You're thick.
Where?
You're thick all over, babe. I mean, it's crazy.
I just went to a physical therapist today who said I had low gluteal strength, but thank you.
Well, I mean, he might be a professional.
She.
Whatever. She might be a perfect. You said she?
She was a physical therapist. Yes. Her gender was
Well, I'm as male as they come. What does that
That's
do to
great.
you? Yeah.
I'm pretty neutral on that actually. And you
You're
might have noticed
neutral
that
on me?
I'm neutral on men in general.
Neutral on men in general. Maybe you haven't been with a real man yet.
I've been with
Baby.
plenty of real men.
I don't know that
baby.
that's true.
Okay, you're
huh?
You think you're
losing
man
it-
enough for me?
I know I'm
What-
man enough
Gina,
for you.
Gina, are you saying something?
Yes. Gina?
You lost your thing right there.
Wait, what?
I
No,
Wait,
boys, it's
did
not
I-
about winning.
Where did I lose?
You got defensive, and you said, "I've been with plenty of men." So
You're not even supposed to defend.
no. Why? Why
fucking
lower
wore you
yourself to
down.
that?
Let's try
Why
to-
you lower yourself to that?
Let's try it again. Let's try it
Okay.
again. Okay.
won. New interaction.
New interaction.
Wait. Can I just give you a hint?
yeah, please,
Like
please.
a little direction.
I'm
Okay.
gonna want to hear it.
Yeah.
I just think when in doubt, just have compassion for the person. Like, why are they such a dick?
Totally. And I was filling the silence too much.
And you could use that in your head as a way of strength. Okay,
great.
Go ahead.
Bowen Yang,
Hi, Matt Rogers.
what's up?
Not much. How are you?
Congrats on everything. You're amazing.
You'll have to be more specific.
I mean, it's hard to be when I see you crushing it every single second. It's like from Wicked to SNL to Lost Coach. You're amazing. It's very attractive to see you succeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Can I just stop this right now?
You're just flirting with me.
No, you're like flirting. You're not giving the toxic
but
vibes.
that's because I was about to slip in.
Oh, did I cut you off?
And it's also because I know he hates this.
Okay.
So it's very attractive to see you succeed. Really is.
Gets you hard.
You want to be all forward about it? Yeah, it gets me hard. But it's been getting me hard for years. That's not new.
I'm so interested as to why you're telling me this now.
Why? You're here. I'm here. Two guys. What's the big deal? I've always thought, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Are you employing silence to try to get me to spin out, babe? I'm not going to spin out. I feel very good about
I'm
the
not
way I feel and
employing
what I'm
anything.
saying.
Oh, I don't have to employ anything.
You can employ me. Take care of that ass. Noon and night.
I'm so confused.
I bet you are. That's how I like them. All confused. I come in, they don't know which way is up. Asses and elbows, babe. I'm a confusing
Asses
fuck.
and elbows.
I'm a confusing fuck. You're going to be thinking about it for a very long time. You're going to be talking to your therapist about it. You in therapy?
Definitely. And
Would have been hotter if you weren't.
I don't think you should advertise being a confusing fuck.
You
Because
think I care about what you think?
any confusion during sex is potentially legally troubling for you.
Do you feel like you're in trouble right now? Do you feel like you're in trouble right now?
I'm good. I'm
Mm-hmm.
all above board, babe.
I like to see you sweat.
I'm not sweating. My follicles are dry.
Ooh, follicles. Talk dirty to me. Use big SAT words, Bowen Yang.
That's an anatomy word.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So you know the human body? I won again.
I don't know what that was.
It was very entertaining. I don't think you're totally understanding the assignment.
I'm not. See, I'm such a little sub.
I'm a brick house.
No, it's Well, first of all, I don't think you were being intense enough.
So
He
you
was being
you've
so
seen-
intense.
No, but it was more of a flirty thing. That
flirting.
Like, it was too flirty, and you're too like Bowen and Matt. It's almost if it was a person. If let's say you didn't know him at all, and he came and was like, "Yeah, your career
thick.
really makes me hard." You just be like, "Excuse me."
Okay, now I want to see you two do it.
Oh my
Is that
god,
okay?
I'm scared. Okay, am I the scary guy?
Okay, who do you want to be? The alpha? Do you want to?
Actually, can I be?
You want to
Can you come
exercise?
on to
alpha?
me?
You should be a scary guy.
I should be scary
Okay.
guy.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
I like those patches on your knee that go up to your crotch.
Thank you so much.
They're super fucking hot.
What? It's crazy that you just say that to me.
Oh, is
I'm
it?
Matt, by the way.
Oh, hey, I'm Gerardo.
Gerardo, I know that's not right.
Well, maybe if you're lucky, I'll give you my real name later.
Yeah? You have a fake name? That's weird. Why are you out here in these streets lying?
Why do you ask me so many fucking questions?
I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I
You're very
really
defensive.
don't know.
Do you usually get this defensive around people? You're too cute to be so
I don't think I'm
defensive.
defensive at all. I think I'm having fun with you.
Oh, are you? You
Yeah.
are. That's good.
At least I'm having fun.
Are you?
Yeah, are you?
Are you psycho?
Am I a psycho?
Yeah. You seem a little
sir,
psycho.
came over to me and talked about how
Because you were giving me this come hither look.
Was I really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe that's just the way I look.
I saw you touching yourself and you kind of
did-
wooed me over.
You did not
You're
see
a
me
little
touch
tease.
myself.
You're a little tease is what you are. I don't know.
Gerardo! I was turned on.
Gerardo!
Oh my god!
everything.
This didn't really feel like an alpha pussy moment.
No,
but it
but that
felt
was-
really fun.
Yeah,
I
but
was kind of a dick, right?
You were great.
In a way that was you disarmed completely. It is. I don't think anyone can. Clearly, not everyone can do alpha pussy. You know what I mean?
No,
you
I think
can.
listen, being alpha pussy is not just about. It's like if someone comes to you say, "Hey, you know what? Your career's all wrong. You know what you should be doing? You should be doing blah 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 blah." And you're just like thinking like,
Do you work in the industry? Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
I know how to stand.
Or let's say I'm your agent.
Oh, okay.
Saying, you know what, all this, what are you doing this thing for? This is bullshit. Like, honestly, we need to put you in bigger movies. We need to make some more money with you. This is not going to learn.
Well,
So
because you helped me with all my big projects, right?
I just think you're going about this. I think you're wasting your time doing this project. I think you should probably not do it anymore.
Because I have retorts from my actual agent where I'm like, oh, I got Wicked for myself, and I got SNL, and I got
No,
all
but
my
right there, when I'm saying this, it's you're like, it's like, don't fucking tell me what to
Of course.
do.
Oh no, in that
right?
situation, I'm totally like, oh, you have no leg to stand on.
Right.
Like
That's being alpha pussy. Is just
Yes.
standing up for your own. Like, don't let someone tell you what you should be doing.
Of course. I guess you just have to be like preemptively sure of your own convictions. And that is probably the thing that people have to like arrive at themselves. You can't teach them that. Alpha pussy is a beautiful modular thing.
Yeah.
But they have to start out knowing that they are.
Or you have to know what doesn't feel right. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have to know everything, but if someone's saying something or saying, hey, let's go here, let's go to that club there. And if you're in
And it
your
feels
body,
weird,
you're
yeah.
like, and you're like, no thanks, I'm good.
Yeah.
You get a lot better at listening to that voice, though, as you get older, I have found.
Yeah.
Like, because when you don't know, you just don't know. And the scary thing about youth is you, A, don't think anything bad is going to happen to you because nothing has. And B, you trust people.
Yeah.
I remember when I first came to New York, and also Hollywood tells you stories, and you're allowed to believe them when you're a kid, such as you might just get discovered on the street. You know what I mean? I remember when I was walking in front of our dorm
Did
at NYU.
someone tell you that?
Well,
That's what they tell us when we're young. Jennifer Lawrence was discovered in
Lana
Abercrombie and
Turner
Fitch.
at the Swash.
Yeah, like Cameron Diaz. You know, Brad Pitt drove to Hollywood $43, and then he booked Thelma and Louise not long after. But I was walking on the street our freshman year on 14th Street in front of a dorm that I was at. A guy, handsome guy in his 40s, comes up. You should really model. Have you ever thought of modeling? And I'm like 18, like very, very thin. I ran track and I looked young.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, but I guess it's happening. I'm being discovered on the street.
Oh, wow.
They sent me to a rooftop where a guy had me take off my shirt after about 3 pictures of me with clothes on.
Yeah.
Took pictures of me for almost an hour. And then he said, great, we're going to really try to expose you. And I went home and I was like, cool. Is there going to, and the last thing I asked was, is there going to be like a website where these photos are on? He gave me the website. I remember I looked later. It was all just shirtless boys my age and no names.
Oh, God.
And that's when I realized only a few years ago that what that probably was sex trafficking.
Yeah.
And the only thing I thought at the time as an 18-year-old, even someone that had proximity to New York and wasn't an full idiot, just was young, was that kind of thing can happen.
Of course.
Positive, laudatory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the story, which thank God we're hearing now, about the many ways in which you can get snatched up like that.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
That's so scary.
Because you just don't know.
And you're young and you
trust people.
you want to work.
Yeah.
I do have that story, the one of our cheerleaders is missing story.
Yes.
When I remember being so, like, I didn't have an agent and I was like, oh my God, like I'd have my headshot and I'd read in the backstage, like, looking for an athletic girl, 18, who could be, scared and, and happy and cute, nice figure, blah, blah, and all these things. I'm like, I could do all of that. I'm like 16 or 15. I'm like, I could do that. I didn't really think about the 18 part. And then you send in your picture. They're like, thank you for responding to now what is now called one of our cheerleaders is missing.
Yeah.
So this is a tour de force part where the girl
tour de force part.
A tour de force part where the girl has to be chained to a brick wall after she's been kidnapped, and she has to her deranged kidnapper, who is played by me, the writer, director, editor, producer. It's an auteur. I'm like, what's our tour mean?
Yeah. You don't know.
And it just sounded pretty bad. It's like, come to this place on Ventura Boulevard. And there's a little part of me is like, it's a lead in a movie. It sounds like a good part. But it's like, sounds kind of dodgy, And I remembered, luckily, I had thinking, God, this is weird. And I told my cousin, who was in the business at the time. He's really a singer, but I think he wanted to be a manager. His name was Benny Medina. And I remember him telling, and he's like, what? He's like, you're not going there alone. I'm going to go there with you. And, I think he was like, I'm going to kick this guy's ass. He was very protective. And I remember thinking, yeah, this sounds kind of dumb. Let's just not do it. And I didn't go. But I never would have gone by myself because it felt, but how do you know? And also, I think if you're a guy,
it's different
because you think, I'm a guy. This isn't going to happen to me.
There's no narrative about, especially when we were that age, there was no narrative about like what men in Hollywood were doing and continue to do, to young gay men.
Yeah.
And there is...
Don't be sorry about saying
no,
that.
And
I mean, the thing is, like, I know it's not a happy topic, but it still happens, and it happens with people who are still powerful.
Yeah. Women to men. I have, like, friends of mine who are, like, very successful now. When I started talking about all this stuff, he was just like, that happened to me too, you know, as a young, like, actor, from women and from men.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gross when you're young and people, that's when it's the most important. And that's when I just think I was really lucky. Like, I sometimes think, God, my brother was kind of insane, because he'd tie me up and hang me up on the, chin-up bar if I didn't get out of our Houdini game and just, like, leave me there.
Sure.
And so I kind of, like, got an instinct of, like, like, let's steer away from that right now and this. So I was always a little bit on my toes.
Yep.
Right? And as a young person, if you didn't have to be, then you're going to learn the hard way.
Exactly.
And that's every experience, like, trains you for the next, hopefully. And hopefully, but sadly, sometimes those experiences are really fucking bad.
Really
and people
bad.
aren't lucky. I was lucky that nothing really bad happened to me. Lucky.
So that then when you get into a situation, and I just wanted to, like, mention this, and we don't have to get too in depth, but it's like I connect that to you doing Showgirls and Paul demanding things that were probably very strenuous and difficult for you when you just wanted to do a good job and, like, make this role like Margot Channing, make Crystal Connors the new Margot Channing, and meanwhile he just kind of, like, pushed you to a limit where you finally pushed back and were like, I am someone with, you can't put me through this indignity, right? Like there's a moment in the book where I'm like, oh my God, this is so powerful.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest mistake, or not mistake, the biggest, I went into that movie thinking it's one thing. And I was like, woo, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be dark and it's going to be this. And I walked on the set. I'm like, holy shit. Oh my God. There was it was a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
And, as an actor, it was a good lesson thinking, well, I can't do what I was going to do, else I'm going to look like an asshole and it's just not going to work. And then I'm acting with someone who's in a totally different sort of movie than was in my head. And also what he was directing was so bright and colorful and like, whoop, boop, boop, boo. And I thought it was going to be like,
Right.
So right away, but I was in it and I wasn't going to give up the part.
Yeah.
But right away, I started lying about a lot of things just because when it was, I thought I had my first really good idea and I'm like, oh my God, I got a great idea, because I really wanted to, I saw the potential.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is a big break for me. And it's also a great part. There's a lot you could play with in it. And I remember saying, oh, it's so cool. Like when we first see her in her dressing room, everything should be fake, like she takes out her fake boobs and I rub off my fake nose and take off my fake eyelashes and I take off some fake hair. I pull off my nails and then I go, hey, can you bring this thing in? I said, even my voice is fake. She's not like, oh, the Southern Belle, the Texas Golden, whatever she was. I said, and then she's like from Brooklyn or something. I said, that's so great. Everything is fake.
Really cool.
And he was just like, what are you talking about? He's like, no accents. I said, what do you mean no accents? I don't want any accents in this whole entire movie. I'm like, she's the yellow rose from Texas. I say darling like every other word. Like I have to have I have to have an accent. Like this part doesn't work without an accent. And he said, no. Then I just started talking. I said, well, I'm just going to use my accent because I was born and raised in Tennessee. My sister lived in Nashville. So it's not exactly Texas, but I think it's and I just started talking like that. And then I just had to start lying about everything just to protect the integrity of the part, which I already knew what I wanted to do and how to play it. I saw it so clearly. And but at the end of the day,
you can navigate that situation after understanding like the parameters that are put on like an actress in a movie, very male gazy, very like.
Well, that moment hit. That moment really became apparent in a rehearsal when we were doing the S&M number. I just know that I was like in some S&M outfit and all these dancers were kind of naked below me and I'm hanging on a rope really high up of the ground. And it just like this weird soliloquy. I was just like, oh my God. I studied the classics. I wanted to play Chekhov. I was going to play Medea. I was going to do Masha. It's like, how the fuck did we get here? And it became really crystal clear at that moment. It's like, we need to be really fucking good in this movie, else our career is over before it began. And so up there, and then all of a sudden, I was like, it was this weird moment up there. In the musical, that would be like the big song of discovery of, how did we get here?
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
And then you really internalize that moment, I feel, because then right after that you do Bound, and that is just something that is still so fucking great and important. And not that the other work isn't, but I'm like,
no, it wasn't important. Well, that was a real kind of Alphapussy thing too, because right after Showgirls, I had these agents. Oh, we're going to make you into a big star. We're going to get this. I said, I need a movie right now, right now before this thing comes out. I was like, you just don't get what's going to happen. This isn't going to be what you think it's going to be. And I was panicking, and they were sending me weird things. And I read Bound, and I remember going like, first of all, this is kind of genius. And B, I want to do this. I really want to play this. It's totally the opposite of that. And they're like, we can't let you play this part. It's a lesbian. You just played a lesbian. I'm like, okay, first of all, Crystal's not a lesbian. She's bi or whatever. I said, secondly, so who gives a fuck? I said, this is more about, I went through my whole thing. They said, new directors. And I met them and I'm like, let me just tell you something. These directors are motherfuckers. They're really good. And then it just kept going on. They said, we can't let you do this movie, else you'll ruin your career. We can't represent you. I said, really? And so I left. I left
for
my
you.
agents,
Incredible. I love that.
which I really was so like, wait, why can't you? Why is this going to ruin my career? And at the time, you weren't allowed to play a lesbian, else you'd be typecast. I didn't even look at it that way,
Right.
which was weird because you could have gay men on the screen. Gay women seemed to be more taboo.
It was more
for some reason.
etched in your filmography or something. Or I don't know.
I don't know. There had been a couple
Too
of
powerful, I think. I think the men making decisions, whether it's subconscious or not at the time, there's something about like women in love. You don't need any men. So that threatens their ego, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Bound is
That's true.
2 female protagonists, and they weren't like fucking each other either for the male gaze. They were making love. They were strong in it.
Right.
They were doing it because they wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I think the men were like, I think, anyway, the decision-making men at that time were probably not seeing the value in that,
Right.
because it didn't involve them.
Right. Well, it's also interesting you should say that because I remember when we got to the love scene, which was supposed to be a love scene between the two of them, and it was all done in one take. I mean, it was really, it was like the 4 of us having sex because it was like move your foot, one wall comes up, one wall goes down. I mean, they're genius filmmakers.
Yeah.
And Bill Pope, who was so incredible doing the cinematography, it was all very choreographed. And so we had to get it in one take. And so we would watch it after each take, and there was one that Jen and I did, and it was so beautiful. You didn't see, by the way, you didn't see any boob, you didn't see any female part of a body, but our looks towards each other was so intense. We were so locked in that it was, you could feel it. And
It felt more explicit, even though it wasn't.
It was a love scene.
Yeah.
You see them falling in love, and it was so intense that all of us were like, holy shit, that's the one. I mean, we were all like, that's the one. When the board or the ratings people are like, no, you can't use that one. You can use this one instead, which, by the way, you saw a little bit of boob, you saw a little bit of this, and it was a fucking scene. The love scene,
Exactly.
they wouldn't let us do it. It was like, wow.
So they gave you an NC-17 on the one that was more lovemaking.
Yep.
But the one where women were fucking, you guys
Fine.
got the R, even though there was nudity.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
That's so interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the lovemaking scene, is that cut anywhere of like that take where
Yeah,
it's just,
does that exist in a cut?
Do you know, I'm sure it's somewhere. I mean, I
Yeah.
wonder if they did the director's cut. I'm going to see them. There's a Bound 30-year anniversary that I'm going to see Jennifer and Joey, I think on the 7th, like in 2 days or whenever, in a couple days from now, whatever day this is. And one of the directors is going to be there. I think I'll ask her.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was really, we were all like, that's it. But we
Wow.
weren't, it's not in the final cut.
Oh, but it's Criterion, so
I don't think they changed
okay.
that. I don't think they added anything. I think we had comments and stuff.
Sure.
I don't know. I have to ask, but I don't think so.
So fascinating that
Yeah.
that there's that hurdle to clear, which is then the ratings board, and they get to actually make like a creative decision
Right.
like that in
Right.
a way.
Look at
But
same
that's
thing
probably
happened.
changed.
Look at Showgirls, the same thing. In a way, it was like, I mean, that was NC-17, which I do think it was its downfall.
Right.
And it's like cut out 5 seconds of whateverness and make it an R. And it's like, because there was too many tits. Like, it's like in America, especially at that time, maybe still now, like, if you show too much nudity in the female body, like, oh, too much. But if you like cut off a tit, oh yeah, that's okay. We can make that an R.
Right. If you can
Violence,
mangle a
that's
body.
cool.
Right.
Oh, violence is always like I
Totally
can't
fine.
believe some of the things that I saw like
Oh my
in
God.
PG-13 movies and what's not allowed in that. Maybe it's time
Well, it's
for- I don't
totally
think so,
different. I mean,
honey.
look what's going on
Exactly.
TV now.
Oh,
Exactly.
it's wild.
I mean, it's just, all across the board, it's like soft core,
Yeah, 100%.
right?
Wait, I could do I don't think so, honey, on this.
Okay. I think this is I don't think so, honey.
So this is our. I know. We could talk to you forever.
I know, this is so fun.
I know. We love having you. You've
love you.
done it all. But
Welcome back. I could be your go-to if like someone isn't showing up, that motherfucker. I'm like, I'll
Lost
come
Culture
and
with
show.
Bowen and Gina. That's what they're all going to be saying after this. I'll sit in the corner and be like Robin.
We should do check-ins like Robin. No, I'm Robin. We should do check-ins where we do Alphapussy like progress checks.
Oh, Alpha
we
Pussy
need to work
progress
on your
check.
Alpha Pussy.
I know.
I really didn't understand it until today. And
We didn't understand
It's for
that
your research.
you're not
Well, it's
alpha pussy.
I know.
also very sweet, and I think it's something in your DNA, right? You have a cultural thing of being very nice, I think, and you have
Canada.
something in your Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. I mean, it's a built-in niceness.
Sure.
And you know I'm from the streets.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, where are you from?
Long Island.
Oh,
We have big personalities and big
Yeah.
attitudes.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I get what you mean.
but it's really hard when it's like, the same as when you're raised to always be nice to people. Like it's and kind and not contradict people. Like that's like a built-in thing.
You know how I
Whether it's-
describe why I communicate the way I communicate? Because the way I learned, my mom was a hairdresser in Long Island. So I
Oh my
listened to
God.
women talk to each other, and this is the way I learned how to communicate. My mom would finish the haircut, and then her client, which is a Long Island woman, would go to tip her. And if she was a good client or a friend of my mother's, my mother would go, "Stop it, you're ridiculous. Get out of here. No, I'm not taking that. Trina, let me pay. Come on. No, this is ridiculous. You do such an amazing job. Why can't I tip you? Get out of my house. I swear to God, I don't want to see you again. I love you so much. Goodbye."
Yeah.
That's
A
why.
tip over a tip.
That's because
Yeah.
it's 100 words for every one
Yeah.
word it
I'm gonna
could be.
smash your face, and if you don't get out
I'm
of here
gonna
right
kick
now,
your ass
I'm
and
gonna
your
kick your
husband's ass.
It's like get out.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
that's why I think like that downloaded to me.
Yeah.
That's, it's a thing that where you never have enough to say.
Yeah.
But it's also a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
And a way of communicating.
It's so interesting. I mean, the way you grow up and people grow up, you see, I mean, I remember like I was the youngest and I couldn't get a word in edgewise. So I was always like,
Yep.
the person talking really fast because like no one would let me speak ever.
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't even put sentences together because I was like,
By the time you process what you wanted to say, it was done.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you think, and then I remember doing my first like round table like press tour and they were like, this is really, everyone asks you questions. They're all going to, and I
You're
would,
excited.
they'd ask me a question and I'd start talking fast. I realized no one's interrupting me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like this isn't, they actually want to hear what, I loved it. It was like therapy. I'm like, I could slow down and actually start talking. And I literally kept waiting for someone to tell me to shut up. I'm like, this is amazing. They're like, I know it went on and on. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Yeah.
Just to like
To let it
actually
out.
say something and not have to rush because, I wasn't allowed to talk.
Well, you're right at home on a podcast, but now we are going to rush you to talk.
Okay.
But it's good. There's a lot of space in there to
Lot
get
of
what you want to say. It's a minute-long segment. This is
wait.
I Don't Think So, Honey.
Wait, can I look at my little note
You
for a
of
second?
course can.
We're
So
gonna go
Bowen,
first.
Bowen and I are going to go
you're gonna go
first.
first.
We're gonna
Oh,
go
good.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can
because I
prepare.
thought-
You can load her up.
And mine is
Okay.
related to ratings and all that. So
Pertinent.
I'm ready to go.
This is Matt Rogers. I Don't Think So. His time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. You're gonna give a movie or TV series a rating. I want to see who was on the board that decided that.
Yeah.
I want transparency in the motion picture arts and sciences. Whoever does the ratings, I believe it's them. I want to see. Show us the board. Show us the jury that watched this film, that watched Bound, and said, "I want the one where women are fucking." I bet you're a bunch of nasty guys who, if I looked you right in your eyes and said, "Why you like that, you little freak?" you would look right away. And you better believe you would crumble in the face of me, Gina, and even Bowen Yang by the time we're done with him. We're going to get him making eye contact all the doodah day, just like I am right now. And I'm looking you in the eyes, you at home who are rating our films and keeping us out of the
15
cinemas.
seconds.
You will not win. Because by the time I'm done with you, I will make sure I know all of your names and I'll have your addresses. And I will have you know that Bound, in my opinion, should be PG-13. Get to the cinemas, re-release the Criterion
Yeah.
film Bound, and I want to see Bound too.
And that's 1 minute.
Did I go
That was good.
109.
109 I went
You
over,
got it.
but I had a lot to say.
I always wanted to do one of those documentaries on the board. Like, and they're
Yeah.
probably like old, kind of like.
There was one
White
called
dudes at
"This
home.
Film Is Not Yet Rated," I believe.
Did they-
that was on, I think, Netflix. Does anyone know about this? It was called "This Film Is Not Yet Rated." It's about the rating process and
Yeah.
specifically about how it killed a lot of
Yep.
movies that
Yeah.
were artistically pushing things forward, queer films, films with diverse casts, because they're not speaking that language or whatever it is that's happening on screen. So it must be scary and bad to them.
Well, guess what we have coming towards us now that
Right.
I know.
Hollywood's being bought up. That'll be interesting.
It's like a new Hays Code situation. But like,
Totally.
I'm thinking about, remember The Hills Have Eyes? I think we talked about this before. Like the Hills Have Eyes remake,
Yep.
where like a woman gets fully sexually assaulted.
Yep.
Yep,
It
by
gets
a mutant, and they don't cut away.
They don't cut away.
Oh, no.
And it gets, I mean, I'm sure it's an R, but it's like that, but you're going to like
That's
give
okay.
Showgirls an NC-17?
Yeah.
Like that is fucking.
It was a brutal scene of sexual assault that was
That-
in a horror film, and it was
Yeah.
literally like trauma porn.
Yeah.
That's
It was
what-
trauma porn. That was, I was traumatized by
Absolutely.
that. For
No,
sure.
it's horrifying. It's scarring. It genuinely makes me like interested / super concerned about what
Right.
we downloaded as kids watching the crazy amount of
Yeah.
violence, and specifically sexual violence, and then to put a label on something that would suggest you should fear something like lesbian lovemaking is obviously
Well, I think you're right. I think it was too threatening.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like definitely at the time.
Listen, why do you think they're putting all these, kiboshing so many things, and it's going to keep happening more and more? It's just all these like old white dudes, like, this is the way. Why? It's like, just let people do whatever the fuck they want. Are you that insecure? You have to control everyone?
You'll be happier.
Oh, I guess so.
I mean, even to those people, I would say you'll be happier to have yourself, even if you feel like all stodgy and like
No, they're
concerned, conservative in the moment. Like, let yourself. You'll be happier. Just drop your shoulders, babe. Like,
No.
stop being this way.
They're too scared because they are that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, the ones who are like, oh, homosexuality. It's like, queen, like,
Yeah, girl.
let your freak on. Like, really? Lindsay, girl.
Girl.
MPAA.
They're the worst.
Girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bowen, are you ready to
JD.
absolutely shred?
I'm ready to shred.
Okay.
Here is Bowen Yang's I Don't Think So, Honey. His time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. Look, I am a boob gay. I love the things.
Love 'em.
This is one woman with boobs who is doing a little too much and too little at the same time. Lauren Sanchez. Stop wearing the same fucking dress and the same fucking silhouette every time you step in front of a camera. Mix it the fuck up, for God's sake, you boring motherfucker. I can't believe you're misusing your boobs, which I don't care how you got them. You have to use them for good.
Yeah.
But it's impossible for you to do any of that with anything that you have access to, because it will never be benevolent. You have been corrupted by the thing that
15
has
seconds.
just made everything fallow in this business. We are feeling it now. I have in front of me someone who has only used her boobs for good, and I
5
don't mean to
seconds.
keep talking about them. And I feel like I'm constantly apologizing to you, which is not alpha pussy,
No.
about how much I artfully appreciate your breasts.
I love that.
And I will only ever make them feel beautifully appreciated, even though you've lived a whole life where people have devalued them and made you feel cheap.
And that is 1 minute and 14 seconds. It's well spent.
Thank you.
Well done. I
Thank you.
totally agree with that.
Because as soon as you started demonstrating like the covering, I felt guilty. I was like, oh,
Did you?
I hope I've never made Gina feel this way.
You've never made me feel that way once. You're so nice, and even in your head, you're like saying, "Oh no, I'm sorry." Like, don't do that.
Thank you.
You're too nice, and you're so sweet.
But
You've never made
you
me-
have such beautiful breasts.
I know. Thank you. I love my boy. I love them. No, I
love
do.
them.
It's like I really, but when you're growing up and you're not
Of
used to them, you're
course.
just like, what are people really change their opinion towards you, which is so
Yeah.
interesting,
Yes.
because they just were thrust upon me, you know what I
Right.
mean? And then this is a whole other thing when you see all these people now like getting these big boobs, right? And like making boobs. And I like, okay.
It's a choice for
When I
them.
was younger, I was like, oh my God, I wanted to be twiggy. I wanted to be flat.
Sure,
I'm like,
sure,
I just
sure.
wanted to be like, and to actually want that, it's such a different mindset. Did you see all the stuff that went on from last night with the Met Gala, the people projecting like
Yep.
the workers onto the buildings?
Yeah.
It
And the bottles and all
was
this stuff.
kind of incredible.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think that the reaction that everyone is having is really important.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I've never seen it was kind of fascinating on social media too as it was all coming in, because it was relentlessly coming in as content the way it does every year.
Yeah.
But every comment was just this, rage, and you see it right there.
Yeah.
And I think we need to learn from it for the future.
It's correct.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't feel. Sometimes you think, oh, I wasn't invited this year to the Met Ball, whatever. Last night I could have cared less.
Yeah.
In fact, I kind of love the people who didn't go.
Thank God I have back pain.
Huh?
Thank God I have back pain.
Would you have gone?
Were you invited?
No.
Oh.
But I'm saying like
It was your back saying, "Bitch, you ain't going no matter what."
Yeah.
exactly.
Don't even think about it.
Also, it's like
Exactly.
at a certain point, it's like, there's the ways in which you have to play ball in industry, and then there's just choices you can make. And as long as you can live with the choices that you're making and you can justify it, then that's fine. But people are also entitled to their response and their
Absolutely.
critique
Right.
and their, platform as well.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Hundo P. Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of platforms,
Okay, I'm just gonna wing this because I don't know what else to do.
you are a natural orator. I'm so excited for this. This is Gina.
I don't know how original this is, but it's like what came up.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Oh, trust
But
us.
I really feel strongly about
That's
it.
all that matters.
Okay.
Strength.
This is Gina
Strength.
Gershon's I Don't Think So, Honey, and her time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. Waymo, are you fucking kidding me?
get them off the
I'm
street.
sorry. So far, they've killed cats. They've killed dogs. They don't stop for them. They even hit a kid because they keep going near
Fuck.
school buses and they don't stop.
Jesus.
Yeah, they've hit kids. Now, the thing that's happening is like they're snatching luggage. Guy gets off at the airport, closes the door, and the car, Waymo, drives away
My
with
worst
all
nightmare.
with all of his luggage. Like, I don't think so, honey. Are you fucking kidding me?
Later.
And not only that, it's like people are like, oh, when they're talking, like, oh, well, I like Waymo because I don't have to like listen to anyone, or I could hear my own music. You know what? Tell someone you're a big girl.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, can we have silence, or put on your fucking iPods and listen to your own music. And they're like, well, then I don't get a stinky person. You know what?
15 seconds.
Like you might get what if some motherfucking stinky person came into the car before you,
Yeah.
and then it smells like, does Waymo have a smellometer or something?
No.
Like that doesn't
Not
exist.
yet.
5 seconds.
And then they're like, oh, I don't know how to drive. It's like, you know what? Coming from the valley, it's like it was a badge of honor. It was a rites of passage. Learn how to fucking drive. It was independent. It was freedom. And if you can't drive and you're drunk, that's why they have Ubers, or that's why you have sober friends.
there you go.
Fuck you, Waymo.
And that's 1
Oh wait,
minute.
and I didn't even say the best part. Can I just go on
Yeah,
for 15
go,
more
go.
seconds? And I'll tell you something else. It all starts like this, but in my head, all I keep hearing is like the Waymo murders, because
Yep.
it's always a good idea until some motherfucker's like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with the system, and then next thing you know, the doors are locked. You are taken to some isolated place and never seen from again.
Yeah, it's a good idea for a murder.
Yeah, it's a great idea it's a good idea until it is not. And
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
Waymo's
those-
a great idea. Sounds like a great idea for me, a serial killer, to get away with my grand plans.
I mean, the only thing, you look at those Waymos, I just saw them in LA. It's like you think like the Teletubby family is going to come bouncing out of them. They
it's
look like,
surreal and it's warped and it's also an eyesore. It is ugly, as if LA needed to look uglier.
yeah, no,
Now you
forget
have
it.
these crazy looking machines on the road. It almost killed our friend Jared.
Did it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Poor Jared, who should live more than anyone I know.
Absolutely.
This person
What
should
happened
live.
with the Waymo?
Basically, it was going to make a left turn at an intersection, and it stopped in the middle of
Yes.
the intersection,
That's
and
the
the
other thing.
lights went different, and
Yep.
everyone that was waiting for him at the gay bar, one of something else that's going extinct, they were
bars?
standing around waiting, and they were looking out at Jared in the intersection, and they were saying, girl, we thought that it was trying
to kill you. And any old person at Waymo
Oh, my-
HQ customer service can buzz in and say, please put on your seatbelt, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there is something fucked about the surveillance of that, where you were being watched when you were in them.
Yeah, there's something super creepy about the whole thing. I'm against it. Honey, I don't think so.
Thank you
Period.
so much.
And free Jared.
Free Jared.
free
He's still
Jared.
in that intersection right now.
Jared, we
have
want you to
figure out-
live.
We want you to live, Jared. You're
Live.
nominated for Best Gay Guy somewhere in between this year.
Free Jared.
Free Jared. Our friend Jared won out at our awards. He won Best Gay Guy Normal last year. And so now, as a result of winning Best Gay Guy Normal, he gets nominated for Best Gay Guy somewhere in between. Because he's not Best Gay Guy famous. Three different
tiers.
categories.
Wait, when you say normal, like not a famous person?
Like
Yeah.
a nurse or like,
A teacher.
a teacher.
Gay people can be
Someone
anything.
you see on the street.
I know. I just didn't know what you meant by normal.
Normal meaning
Like,
Meaning not famous, because
Not
fame
famous.
is
not at the Met
abnormal.
Gala.
because famous people are so normal.
Yeah. This has been so fun.
This is so fun. I want
I'm
to just keep
so-
talking
I mean,
on and on and on.
The good news is the podcast may end.
No.
This threesome goes on forever.
I want to go to Vegas with you, even though Vegas
Oh,
is
you know,
traumatic for
Vegas
you.
is my whole fucking thing.
Potentially.
Oh, no. Vegas.
We have to go to
Vegas
Vegas
rocks.
together.
I haven't been there in so long. Have you been to the Sphere yet?
No.
I'm dying to go. I
Let's
just have
go.
to
I
wait
wanna
for the right thing.
What about Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, so
No?
I would do
I
it.
keep. So I wanted
Or
to go
Celine?
last
Isn't
time.
Celine? Or
Is she doing?
No.
No, she's doing.
She's doing
right?
Paris.
Paris.
Not
Oh,
the
wait a second. I listened to the Brandy one.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. I was going to text her before it was so great.
She was
Great.
amazing.
And when you guys were talking about that, I'm like, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Come.
Paris with you guys.
Watch when it's just like us and all the last 150 guests we've had on the podcast because it's going to be a topic every time. And who doesn't want to go see Celine? Like, let's go. Let's really go.
Or we can go to Vegas. Can I just tell you, can I give you guys a compliment? I mean, and I hope you take this as a compliment, but you know how sometimes like you have in the podcast or the thing is like, oh, and if you want it, advertisement free, you have to buy into you're never going to have that. Your ads are so incredible. It makes me want to get hemorrhoids. How good you are. It's like,
my
are you
God.
nice to
you
your
can have some
butt?
preparation. It's just laying
The
around.
way you're like, it's like, be nice to your butt. Like, yeah, I want to be nice to my butt.
You should.
Like, is it burning? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Thank
make
you.
it sound sexy. You're too good at those things.
Thank you. I mean,
All of them.
We're good
You hear
shills.
that?
We're good shills.
If I
Advertisers.
had a thing, I would definitely give it to you guys. You could sell, you could sell the
brand.
shit out of anything. No pun intended.
There you go, Gina G. We love you so much, my
Thank
good
you.
friend, our good friend.
and she's gonna. Wait, can I show the book
Wait,
off?
oh, look I also brought you each
Oh.
an Alphapussy t-shirt.
I love it.
Please.
I designed them myself.
They're so
They're
good.
only a medium. I hope they fit.
Oh my gosh.
This is for you. This is
Wow.
for you. I'm
Thank
going
you
to sign
so,
your
so
book.
much. Oh my god, yes. And
And I'm so glad.
The book is
Alphapussy.
phenomenal. I loved it so much.
Thank
We're in a
you.
great memoir space right now with everybody.
got
And
good pull quotes here. I mean, what do you call it?
Miley Cyrus.
Testimonials.
Blurb-
Aubrey
blurbs.
Plaza and Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I know. Miley's was insane.
It's
It was so nice.
It's a ride as electric as she is, says Miley Cyrus.
there you go.
She's so nice. And James, he was a nice one too. People are so nice. I'm glad they're liking it, and thank you for talking about it on the show because you got to sell the book. I guess
You gotta move product.
You got to move product.
gotta move product.
But I wanted to do this podcast ever since before I was like I want to do your guys' podcast. Remember when we met?
Yes.
At
Well,
SNL?
the first night we met was at SNL 50 where you were sitting with Laurie. And then then we met again.
was
at,
I with Laurie Anderson?
Yeah. I think you were.
SNL 50?
Was I at the 50th? I remember
At
talking
the concert.
Oh, at the concert.
Yes.
But then I remember being backstage.
Yeah.
Your room, and then we were
chatting up a storm. Yeah.
We were talking so much, so I think Bad Bunny was there, and then I missed him.
You know what? That's
Oh
that,
my
but,
God.
But we'll remember the conversation.
Yeah.
We're just
Sorry.
sorry. We're
I was just like, wow, I must really like these guys. I
Sorry,
miss saying
Benito.
hello
I
to
kept
Benito. I
Gina
was like,
away
shit.
from your performance.
He said, where did you go? I was like, I was talking to the boys.
we cockblocked Gina from Bad Bunny.
I know you.
okay.
It's okay. Fine. Whatever.
We end every episode with a song.
Oh wait, no. We need to do cabaret.
Oh, yeah. Do cabaret.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Lady peaceful, lady happy. That's what I want to be.
I'm really proud of our dynamics.
The odds are in my favor. Something's bound to begin.
For the rest of that, you got to listen to the Cabaret soundtrack. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Las Culturistas is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players and iHeartRadio podcasts.
Created and hosted by Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang. Executive produced by Anna Hosnier and produced by Becca Ramos.